Thanks to the National Lottery Heritage Fund and National Lottery players, Hope Mill Theatre have spent the past year uncovering the history and heritage of our building and the surrounding areas. Here at Hope Mill, we're very proud to be an LGBTQIA+ led organisation, so of course we wanted to explore the lives of the queer community that came before us. I'm outside Hope Mill Theatre at the site of what used to be Star Music Hall. In the 1870s and 80s, this was a popular venue hosting a variety of entertainment acts. One of the acts that performed here quite frequently was Toots Minstrels, a group of actors, comedians and musicians that toured nationwide and abroad. Ernest Parkinson was a member of this company and listed as a harpist, although he was also known as a female impersonator. Ernest was one of the men who were arrested at the Hume Drag Ball of 1880. The Hume Drag Ball was a widely publicised event where police raided a private party taking place at the Temperance Hall in Hume, Manchester. Police had suspicions about the immoral character of the event. It was officially booked as the Pawnbrokers Assistance Association annual ball, but organisers had taken care to cover all the windows of the building, raising suspicions even further. Police burst in and arrested 47 men, 19 of whom were dressed in female clothing, Ernest Parkinson amongst them. It's incredible to think that this place, right opposite our building, was not only a theatre, but showcased incredible men like Ernest Parkinson, who lived their lives with the constant fear of persecution. We're here on Every Street, at the site of what used to be the Manchester University Settlement, about a 2-minute walk away from Hope Mill Theatre. The Manchester University Settlement was founded in Ancoats in 1895 with the aim of bringing education and culture to poor communities. Two extraordinary women associated with the settlement were Esther Roper and Eva Gore Booth. Esther Roper was born in Chorley, Lancashire in 1868. She was one of the first women to study for a degree at Owens College, Manchester, and in 1895 she helped establish the settlement. In 1896, Esther went on holiday to Italy to recover from exhaustion. Whilst recuperating, she met Eva Gore Booth, an Irish poet. The two fell in love and were soon living together in Rusholme, Manchester, even declaring themselves joint heads of the household in the 1901 census, a bold move for two women of that time. During their lifetime, Eva and Esther fought tirelessly for women's rights. They organised protests to protect female-dominated professions, such as barmaids and flower sellers, from damaging legislation. They founded a quarterly publication, Women's Labour News, and both were very involved in the suffrage movement, advocating for working-class women to get the vote. After Eva's death in 1926, Esther commissioned a stained glass window to celebrate Eva's life and preserve her memory. It was part of the Roundhouse building here on Every Street, but sadly the building was demolished in 1986. These two incredible pioneering women are buried side by side in Hampstead, London, with a quote from Sappho on their gravestone. In May 1861, a man called Thomas Green appeared at Salford Police Court accused of failing to pay his debts. This was not the first time Green had been charged with this offence, and it was his reluctance to pay what he owed to a tailor for a suit of clothes that led to his arrest. He was committed to the New Bailey, and after being forced to take a bath, it was revealed that he'd been assigned female at birth. The newspaper coverage doesn't have many details of how he lived as a man. What we do know is that at a young age he was dressed as a page whilst in the service of a wealthy lady. At the time of the newspaper article, he was reported to be between 30 to 40 years old and had been living as a man all that time. We don't have much more information about Thomas, except that he worked as a stitcher and hooker in a mill and was married to a woman. We're very pleased to report that the marriage was described by his neighbours as a very happy one. Thank you for taking the time to watch and find out more about the history of the LGBTQIA+ community in Ancoats and Manchester. Please have a look at our website for more information.